Aimee B.
We are AB squared.
We'll tell you about the A's and B's of K-pop.
And today we're going to talk vocabulary.
K-pop vocabulary. Okay, so when you first get into it, there are a lot of terms that just mean something different in K-pop world. So when a group, the people who are in a group are called the members. It's not hard to figure out. And if you're in a K-pop group, you're also called an idol. Like, I think that's where American Idol came from.
No!
It did!
It can't be.
It did.
Oh!
Because Japan started their idol thing first. Absolutely.
Okay.
And then American Idol was after that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're an idol.
I was wondering, but why do they say idol? Why? Because if you are an actor in K-dramas, you're not an idol.
No, only if you're a K-pop member.
I know, so what we got to figure that one out someday.
I don't know the etymology, but that is, I believe it came from the Japanese, the J-pop industry. They're called idols, and you say it in English, idol.
Got to figure that out.
Yeah, so, and then they have defined roles. Like, everyone's not just, everyone's just as important as everyone else in this band, like that. They have roles, so you could be a lead, a main, or a center, and you could be a dancer, so you could be in the dance line, you could be in the rap line, you could be in the vocal line. Those are the ones that I know of, and then also each group has a leader, which they say in English. These words, I'm saying them the way they say them.
And a visual.
Oh yes, visual is also a job. That's true. So if you're hired as a visual, that means you are good looking.
You may have zero talent any other way.
You can be trained to do all the other stuff.
Can't train a singer to be a visual, right?
Right. So and people can move around in lines. Like there's one member of BTS that moved into the dance line once he'd been dancing for years, and Kim Tae-young, who was especially good in like one specific video, and so they added him to the dance line. Lead, main, and center. So you can have a dance lead, which in BTS is J-Hope. He was the best dancer. He was the first dancer that was hired for the group. Yeah. So he's in charge of learning the choreography and teaching it to everybody else, and then making sure they do a good job.
I feel like my favorite band, Super Junior, has a lot of undefined roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
they have a vocal line, and then they have a rapper, but some of there's kind of rap, and then there's just a bunch that sing. I don't know what they do.
Well,
I don't know what their job is, so it's weird.
And if you look up, on more like a Korean website, they'll tell you who's the main, who's the lead, who's the center.
Let me do that while you talk.
So Super Junior may have all of those things defined. I bet they do. You just don't know.
We're gonna find out. Keep talking.
Okay, so the leader usually speaks English or other languages well. In BTS's case, RM is the leader, and it's usually the oldest person, but in BTS case, it's not. It's just the first person that they hired for that group. He speaks English the best. He also speaks Japanese and obviously Korean. And he's in charge of keeping everybody in line, and lots of times speaking for all of them if they're doing an interview or something.
I really feel like the leader is the communication between the company.
That's true, right. It's communication between each other. Like RM lots of times resolves arguments between these guys, between the members, and then also between the company and them. Do you know who the leader of Super Junior is?
Itok.
Is he the oldest?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
That was back in the day when just the oldest was de facto the leader.
I think in most cases it still is, but not in every case, clearly.
Well, I can tell you their height. My God, I can tell you their birthday. Here we go.
Their personality signs.
So Itok is leader, sub-rapper, sub-vocalist.
Yep.
See, sub. I don't think he's a sub-rapper, but what do I know?
So who's the main rapper in
I think it is Yoonhook.
Is the main rapper. Main dancer and sub-vocalist.
He is the main dancer. He is the best dancer.
Yeah. So JK in BTS is the main vocalist, which he was... he's like, I was surprised to be the main vocalist. He's got a great pop voice, though, so, I mean, good for him.
We have 3 main vocalists in Super Junior. I think that they just then classify all the ones that I'm like, I don't really know what they do as, so...
Oh, okay. There's another position to talk about, which is maknae. So the leader is usually the oldest person. The maknae is always the youngest person. So in BTS, it's Jungkook, and he is younger by at most 2 years than the other guys. He was hired, he started training when he was like 15, and he's also called the Golden Maknae because he's very good at everything, singing, dancing, rapping. He used to be on the rap line as well. He also is just good at everything, gaming, sports.
Yes, he is good at everything.
Everything. Like and he wins all of their games. Who's your Maknae?
Kyuhyun.
And what's his nickname? The Maknae on top?
I don't.
Isn't he a Maknae on top?
Maybe.
I think that's what Super Junior's Maknae is.
Oh my gosh, how do you know that more than me? I just says Maknae. He is a Maknae that will slice you up behind your back. He's the one where you like if he's upset you just do what he says. Like
yeah. They kind of baby their
yeah, you don't baby Kyuhyun. He's a sharp. He's sharp.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't even know the words to describe it. He's just doesn't. I think Jungkook like needs the other members and they're like brothers. Where Kyuhyun is like I'd be fine solo.
Well, and they also
I'd be fine by myself.
They argue over like I raised Jungkook. No, I raised him. him. But I'm like they did go to his high school graduation, his middle school graduation. They went to all of that, so they did.
Yeah, BTS is definitely more of a family than Kyuhyun actually joined 6 months after they had debuted.
Oh.
So it was a little different, and then they whittled off some members over the years.
Oh, see, we haven't done that yet.
Well, that's all right. We don't need to.
Don't do it. 7 is a magic number.
Okay.
There also is that Maknae line, which is apparently a weird thing to say in Korean because Maknae means individual, the one youngest person, but the Maknae line in BTS are the 3 youngest, and they kind of have a reputation for being goofballs and causing trouble and getting in trouble with each other.
Junior has a Maknae line too. I can tell you, I know who the BTS Maknae line is.
Yeah.
Jimin?
Yeah.
Taeyong?
Yep.
Jungkook.
Right. And then they also joke around that Jin, who's the actual oldest, is he behaves like the Maknae because he's very silly and goofy too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stan. Stan means a fan. This is what I think. I think it came from the song Stan by Eminem. Are you familiar with that song?
I have never heard.
Okay, listen to the song Stan by Eminem, where it's like a series of letters that this fan is writing to Eminem about, I'm your fan, please write back to me, and then he ends up like going nuts because he's not getting written back to by Eminem. It's like stalker fan a little bit, but it doesn't have a negative connotation in K-pop. Like to be a stan is just a good fan. So, the age lines as well. So in Korean culture, everything is like what you call other people for nicknames or how you talk to them, like how you conjugate verbs and all that kind of stuff is based on age and seniority.
I didn't know about the conjugating verbs.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
So would you say thank you? Well, when you say thank you, you say it in a different way if the person is older and like more senior to you.
Yeah.
And you don't usually call people their names, you call them their title, like auntie or big brother or male who's older than me, like that. Auntie.
That's if you're
if
mother,
you're woman,
mother's sister, Imu. If it's your father's sister, it's Gumu.
There you go.
But if it's a generic and you're just calling auntie, you say Imu.
A younger man would call me Nuna, so that one's cute.
They were your brother.
Well, it's like saying older sister, but it's also endearing. But at any rate, how old you are is very important.
And
it's
a
one of the
younger
first questions
girl
you ask.
would call you
Una.
Uni.
So it's one of like meeting someone in Korea and saying how old are you is a perfectly legitimate question.
Yeah,
like,
because then it's like how you figure out how to talk to them.
Right. So and then there are age lines. So there's a 95. There are 95ers in BTS, which are the 2 guys in BTS that were born in 1995. And then there's a 95 line in all of K-pop, so everyone that was born in 1995 is in this 95 line.
Babies.
Yeah.
Aggie.
They're still babies.
Aggie.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as fan goes, a stan is a good fan. Anti, a manti, or solo, those are all bad fans. So an anti is somebody who like uses the same kind of energy, like the same amount of energy that I love BTS. If you're an anti, then you hate BTS with the same fervor. You talk about them as much, but it's like to bring them down, like to say bad stuff about them, put stuff on the internet that's like spread rumors and stuff like that. A manti is someone who is kind of they seem like they would like this band, but they are trying to manage them. They're like, I liked JK's release, but it should have been marketed in this way, or they should have gone on this show.
I have never heard this.
Manage your antis. Yeah, there's a lot. Come on, you're not on the. This is some of this is internet fandom stuff, which you don't do any internet fandom.
Correct.
Okay, so some of it's from that, and then solos are people who say like, I love Jimin and I don't like BTS. Jimin's solo release is the only one that I'm going to support. That's a Jimin solo. Or they're being really unfair to Jimin, like they should have sent him to this, show, or they should be paying him attention more, or he should get more lines in the song, stuff like that. So that's a solo. A comeback. Don't call it a comeback.
No, that is such, and it's such a different. Comebacks are so different than in the U.S.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
For the U.S., is a comeback as if you disappeared for a decade.
Right. But comebacks
we're
are
coming
just
back.
new, like a new release, a new song. So
you can have multiple comebacks a year.
Right. And you can have one, 3 months after you had the last one. So a comeback is like a new release of music.
At first that was I was like, what do you mean comeback? They just released something last year. And man, their releases are prolific. They release like 3 albums, mini albums a year. It's insanity.
Right.
And yeah, in the U.S., a comeback means been gone and out of the limelight for a long time.
You don't have to go anywhere to have a comeback in K-pop. You just like put out a new album. Okay, another word is bias. So bias, we've talked a little bit about that. That's like, who's your favorite? Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite in this band? And you can be a bias and you can have a bias and still be, you're not counting as a solo, as long as you're still supportive of everybody else, right? So I love BTS. If you love all of them equally, you're called an OT7, which means one true 7. You love all. Is there a name for that for Super Junior? We don't know. Okay. If you like all of Super Junior equally, then you don't have a bias. But I do have a bias, and when you switch biases, that can be a moment in your life too.
Would it be OT9 then, if you like them all?
Maybe. I don't. I've never looked it up in relation to anyone besides BTS, but.
Mola.
Bias is your favorite, and then bias wrecker is the one who just keeps trying to get you to come over to their side. So bias wrecker is I love Suga the best, but my bias wrecker is J-Hope, and whenever I see J-Hope dancing, I could be like, oh my gosh, am I in love with him? Is he my favorite? Thinking about it, bias wrecker's coming for you.
Can you have a bias in each band? Or
yes.
This is my question.
Absolutely.
If
so
you
your
are
bias is only
an ARMY,
specific.
can you not be anything else?
You can. I think you can. But so.
Well, I am. I'm breaking my own rules.
I think you can do it. So I also like, there are a couple of their bands that I also like, and I might have a bias in another band.
Who else do you like?
I like Stray Kids. I like TXT. I like them.
Yeah.
But BTS is my ULT. They're my ULT.
I feel like my head is going to explode.
I know. But they're all English words, but ULT. Okay, now here's a Korean word, dasang, which means you win. That's like the ultimate prize. So there are a lot of music competitions in K-pop, and if you win the ultimate prize, the dasang, then you are the overall like big winner of the night. Like best in show. That's what it is. Okay. Dasang. So, and BTS has won like 75.
Do you like soup and snow peas?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Best in show.
Best dogs and cats? That's where that came from. But best in show if you're K-pop, I don't know. She's like deep into soju.
I've got a little soju. Seriously, you've never watched Best in Show?
Oh yeah. But I didn't. Is it called Soup and Snowball? I don't know.
No, it's when she's talking. She's the woman who's married to the old man. She's like, we have so much in common. We both like soup.
Oh.
We could talk and not talk for hours.
That's pop culture that's not Korean based.
I can't help it. It just happened.
Okay, it happened. Okay, the
You
same.
brought up Best in Show and it just happened.
Yeah. Okay. You ready for the next word? She's never gonna remember these.
Bratwurst and
Fan
shillelaghs.
fan chant. I don't know. Okay, she's still talking about dogs. Okay, fan chant. Okay.
Oh my God! Now I don't know anything. Hi, baby.
This is usually made up by, I think fans make these up, but also sometimes the company releases
I thought the
them.
fan chant was just they yelled all the members' names from oldest to youngest.
There are lots of different kinds of
Oh,
fan
no wonder I
chants.
can't understand anything
There are lots of different fan chants.
they are saying.
So okay, let me do the BTS fan chant. So there's a time when one of their songs starts, and at a certain point, everybody in the audience starts yelling. They yell, Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Min Yoongi, Jung Ho-sek, John Jungkook. No,
You're way
I
off.
messed up.
So okay.
No, I was alright.
Okay,
No, do it with me.
No
Okay, do it
question.
with me.
No, legitimate question. Normally it goes from oldest to youngest,
But
they
always
do the leader first.
Always leader first.
Kim
So
Namjoon, Kim Seokjin,
Min
Min
Yoongi,
Yoongi, Jung Jungkook.
Jung Ho-sek,
Oh shit.
Jung
Jung
Ho-sek,
Hosok.
Park Jimin,
Park Jimin,
Kim Taehyung, John Jungkook.
Oh.
BTS. So,
BTS.
but then there also are other fan chants.
I thought
like,
that was just their thing they did in Run BTS.
No,
It's
they
a
do it
fan
for. They
chant.
do it like for Idol. I think you're supposed to do it.
See,
The
now-
the Korean K Army. They're also called K Diamonds. Those are the Korean members of the fandom. They are especially good at it. Like their fan chants are very loud, and everybody does them.
I'm gonna get a headache.
But then there's also different songs where you might
It's
you
not
might
over
yell
yet?
something else. Like
This is too much.
like there's a point in one of the songs where they say, "Go look in the mirror, same damn clothes." Everyone yells, "Same damn clothes."
This is like when you play bingo and they say something like before and you go, and after.
Oh,
Is it like that?
I have not been to so many bingo parlors.
You should go to
as
drag
you.
bingo. I only go to drag bingo.
Drag bingo would be where it's at. That's the
hilarious.
one I will go to. Or my
I'll
grandma
take
used
you
to run
next
it
time.
for
It's at the church.
my grandma used to make so much money for the church by running bingo. But
Yeah, they do bingo for charity. I feel like this is where I should mentally check out because I feel like this is just too much. I just want to enjoy their music and like them as people.
well, let me go ahead and finish my
I'm
vocabulary.
sorry. I know because
There may be aspiring stands out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Gayo is a festival. So they have like an Inky Gayo. They have
I've seen
like
that.
each band can have its own Gayo, and that's like a festival for their fans. They also have BTS has musters, which I think other people do, which
Going to
the
shot
army
glass.
muster,
Super Junior. I'm going to drink.
where all of the army shows up and party. Okay, a subunit.
I'm partying right now.
Do you have subunits in your?
Yes, we
okay.
have. We
let's,
have the.
Let's hear about some Super Junior subunits.
KRY, which is the vocal line.
Okay.
Kyuhyun, Reo, Kim Ye-sung.
Okay.
Then we have DNE, which is kind of the route dancing, which is Donghae and Yunhook.
Okay.
Then there were a bunch of other ones that they're not active anymore, so I don't know them.
Okay, so a subunit is Super Junior has 10 members currently.
No, they have 9.
Why is there 10 on this list?
Because
One of them left.
I said they had that
Okay.
one is not there.
So there's 9
Lead
members,
dancer,
but they
yeah.
might have 3 that are particularly, they write songs together, or they sound really good together, or something like that. So they're called a subunit.
I think that's not kind of what's happened with Super Junior, but that's okay.
How is their who are these subunits then?
Well, KRY is the vocal line.
Okay.
The
Do
three-
they do songs that are just the vocal, just those 3 singing?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
They do their own albums, and then DNE is like they just formed on their own. Yunhook is the rapper and the dancer, but Donghae is like the second best dancer, and he sings and raps. He's like, what do they say he is? They say he's a lead vocalist, but I kind of don't think that.
During a concert, there might be like where all 9 of them are on stage doing a song together, and then just 3
Oh,
of
look,
them.
so they
and
have
then just
main vocalist, lead vocalist, sub vocalist.
right.
Main,
Main, lead,
another
and sub.
drink. That's just a lot.
And then there's a center, and the center is the person who's usually in the middle.
I don't think they have a center.
We have a center. It's JK.
It's
in
Jungkook.
BTS.
But they don't have a center, but I think they change a lot. But usually it's Yunhook because he's the lead dancer.
Sounds good. Okay, so the subunits in BTS has a vocal line subunit where they'll do some songs like 0 O'Clock that has no
But
rapping
they're
in
not.
it.
They don't produce their own albums.
They don't have different albums. They don't. In BTS,
So
they
it's
don't
like
do their
a
own
different
albums.
subunit. I don't think it's the same as everyone else.
Because BTS is all about family. It's family, dude.
Family.
Okay.
Got it.
Subunits. There's like a 3 Racha subunit in Stray Kids, which are like 2 rappers and a singer or something. I don't know. I don't know what it stands for. They're cute. They'll do their own performances during their shows. Okay, we're almost done. A trainee. A trainee is a person who works for a K-pop company and they haven't debuted yet. So their debut happens when they're
their hopes
like
and
they'll
dreams
be
are on the line.
right. But
They're
before
going into
debut,
debt.
they're a group. They have a name. They have stage names. They have
That the company picks for you.
social media.
That the company controls.
But they're like, before they
Am I
debut,
wrong?
they're still a group. And then their debut showcase is called, when they like perform. So BTS's debut was on June 13th, 2013.
You know the date?
6/13, 2013. Yeah.
Wow.
But before you debut, you're a trainee, and you might be moved around with different groups. You might live in different dorms. You might take different jobs. Like, we're going to try JK as a rapper, but he's going to end up being a singer, you know, like
the
that.
company tells you what you're doing.
Trainee.
You don't
Yep.
get to decide any of that.
And you might not get paid. You might not get fed very much. These can be tough times. But
You might
I
live on the
think
streets.
trainees for the big companies are like TXT are like kind of the little brothers of BTS at Hybe, and I think
Big hit.
they had more money. Big hit entertainment. You're right. They had more money because BTS had made money by then. So they had food.
BTS had no money. So.
And they had vocal coaches and stuff like that, which they didn't always have in BTS. And they had, this is funny, a story I just heard the other day, like their practice room was in a basement, so their dance practice room was not high enough. One of the dances they did, they kind of threw one of the guys in the air, and he was like gonna hit the ceiling, so they had to go practice in the park all the time.
Oh, I like that.
That's so
better,
cute.
yeah.
That's so cute. But now they have a big practice room, so.
They better. They're
nice.
freaking rich. Are we done?
I'm almost done. I gotta tell you about V Live, which doesn't really exist anymore. It's and then fan cafes. So these were so Korea is very online, right? Very online, and they had fan cafes where like groups would come in, but all kinds of celebrities, like movie stars, TV stars.
They just randomly show up, and so you go get a coffee and think.
No,
maybe I'll
it's
see
not a
some-
real place. It's a virtual.
It's a virtual
space.
place. Oh.
Yeah, it's a virtual place. So
Wow.
they go on their fan cafe and post messages. It'd be kind of like those were on Naver, because Naver was the big like Google, Facebook thing. Then V Live was a company that did a lot of that stuff, and they would do lives. So they come on and like live stream. It's very, very fun. And now they've all, I think, switched over to Weverse. I don't think V Live is still functioning, but you don't. Hybe owns Weverse.
They do.
But yeah,
Ginger?
Jinja.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Gapchagi?
Suddenly,
All of a sudden, you're
they
going to
own
say
it.
Jinja. So anyway, that is some vocabulary. There are lots of other words that we will continue to say. But it's kind of funny because a lot of them are in English like that. And they say them. They like debut showcase. That's what they say.
Debut showcase.
Okay, now it's time for awards. We're going to do awards and Korean
yeah.
vocabulary at the end of each show.
Yeah.
So thanks for contributing to this one. We talked about a dog show. Best of show. That's just saying. They won like 5 million of those, my guys. Okay. My favorite music video. How I said this
Favorite
before, I
music
don't know.
video awards. Favorite music video.
This one, Dechuta, which is that means like that word means like it's like a folk Korean music that was usually used for
I
royalty.
don't care what it means.
But I'm telling you, this is the whole concept.
Who's the?
August D, who's Suga from
Oh, I
BTS.
thought it was Digita.
Well, it's Dechita.
Okay.
He sings it fast.
That is a very good video.
It's a very good video.
With the
It's,
cameo of Jin and Jungkook in it.
Right. Jin and Jungkook are in it. Apparently, Suga got offers to be an actor after that music video because he acted. He had to go learn how to do this sword dance. It's very cool.
very
It's like
good.
my new religion, so I watch it pretty much only on Sundays.
That
To be respectful.
seems fair.
Yeah. What's your favorite music video?
Burn the Floor.
Burn the Floor.
Super Junior. Honestly, it is very unique and captivating.
Captivating.
They, it's a great song, but they, just the video is a play of light and dark and,
Do they have good choreography?
yes.
Yeah.
And it's just captivating. The whole thing is like, what's going on? It's mesmerizing.
Okay, so watch that. Burn the Floor.
We'll put the links in the video.
Yeah.
In the description. Honestly, that is my favorite music video because I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what is going on? This is...
What? It's wacky.
It totally captivated me. I check out pretty quick on a lot of things when I'm like, whatever. If it's
you watch the whole thing.
the same old, like it's formulaic, I check right out. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But including on dramas and any of that, I check out pretty quick.
Conversations with real actual people as well.
I have not checked out. I just got
occasionally
confused and a headache.
You claimed
That's different.
Right. You claimed
that's different.
Physical distress.
That's different.
To quit talking. Okay, so those are our videos. Mine is spelled Daechwita.
Mine is
by August D, which is spelled Agustd.
Mine is spelled Burn the Floor
by
Super Junior. I can't help you if you can't spell it. What is your Korean word for this bonus episode of vocabulary? Which seems very apropos. What's your vocabulary word? And it's not anything you've just said. It has to be something different.
I am so behind on learning Korean. Oh, yobo.
What is that?
Did I already say it means it actually means honey, but it's like what you would call your boyfriend.
Oh, that's true.
Yobo.
Yobo. That's right. Okay, well,
that's kind of a sweet thing to call somebody, but don't call a stranger that. Like, I think they're a little touchy about don't stare at people you don't know in the eyes.
You
don't
can call me
sweethearts.
Yobo or Emu. I don't give a shit. Okay, so my word is chonchani.
Very Korean. What is it?
Chonchani.
What does that mean?
Slowly.
Slowly.
So if you want to say again, you'd say do. So if you say something in Korean and I don't understand you, I've already got it down. Do chonchani.
Say that again.
Slowly.
Slowly.
And then I still won't understand. But chonchani.
Then she says mula, which means I don't know.
Mula. I didn't say I don't know in 12 languages.
Sprechen Sie English. That's not very good Korean.
Okay.
Oh, I have a gift.
A gift?
Are you ready for your gift?
I have a gift?
I have a gift for you. Okay. You guys, there's this website where everything on it is cute, and I order something every single day. It's the worst.
Aww.
But here you go. I'm opening it myself.
It's a soju pin.
It's a soju bottle pin.
Oh my gosh.
Show them how cute.
Okay, I might. Okay.
It says soju. We can read soju in
it doesn't
Korean
say
language.
Oh, it says it in Korean.
Right.
It
It says fresh in English.
Good
Can
luck.
you see that?
There. Look how cute. Oh,
Aw.
감사합니다.
No
Yobo.
IDK.
What?
That means it's nothing in Spanish.
Oh God. See,
My
this
Korean
is
is
why
terrible.
it's a headache.
Okay, we're gonna take Aimee to the hospital. Anya.
I just don't mind